That nun gets me every time. Hey, everybody, welcome. Welcome to HorrorBuzz Live, where we're going to be bringing you the latest news and information from the horror world. I'm joining you live from the Hennessy Conservatory of Terror. And, oh, that's the mad professor behind me. And we have a pretty interesting show for you lined up tonight. Lindsey, of course, is going to be here talking to you about all of the cool things that are going to be going on this week in movies and things to do. We have some really interesting theme park information that broke today. And we will also, then we're going to be going into our coverage of South by Southwest and rounding up some of the things that we thought were amazing. But enough from me. Oh, well, wait, one more thing. Yes. And I always forget this one. If you like us, like and subscribe on YouTube. And please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and get involved. Let's get involved with the horror fun. And you can even join the team if you like. We're looking for people to write about games, books, movies, and anything scary, even family-friendly stuff. So just let us know. But okay, enough of the housekeeping. Let's bring on Lindsey. Hey, how are you?
Hey, I am great. I know you said when you said the nun gets you in that intro, the first time you played it, when I saw it, I think I was watching like this when she came on. I was like, or whatever, because I hate her. That movie is
It's
the
like super
worst.
loud too. Chris Morrill did that, and he's part of the Midsummer Screen Team, and he's amazing. He's very good at what he does, and he just threw that together in like 2 seconds. He's like, "Oh, here you go." So if you ever need any video stuff, Chris is the guy. So, or anything else, he can pretty much do everything. So let's talk about some of the cool things that are going on in horror this week.
Yes, we've got a couple different things going on. So for movies, there's it's like a trade-off. So we don't have too much in the world of indie film, but we do have some bigger films coming out, and they're going to be releasing in theaters, which is great. We're kind of starting to see things very slowly make their way towards opening up so we can go back to normal, whatever that is. And on Wednesday, so tomorrow, we have Godzilla versus King Kong premiering. So I'm sure you all are probably pretty familiar with that. And it's as it sounds. We have Godzilla and King Kong just going on a collision course, and we see them fight it out kind of in a Titan style battle. And that's going to be coming out in theaters and on HBO Max. So if you're not comfortable with going to a theater, then you're welcome to see it streaming on HBO Max starting tomorrow. And this Friday, we have a film called Unholy coming out, and that stars Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Carrie Elways. And it follows Alice. She's this girl who has a hearing impairment, and she supposedly gets a visitation from the Virgin Mary. And all of a sudden, she can hear and speak and heal the sick. And as word gets around, this journalist goes to interview her, and suddenly all these terrifying events start to happen. And was it the Virgin Mary that visited little Alice, or was it somebody else? One way to find out, and that's going to be in theaters starting Friday, April 2nd. So with events, we have a couple of events coming up. It's very exciting. Now, I know for a long time we went with a pretty dry spell, or we had to get creative with all these online events that we were finding, but now slowly and surely we are getting more and more in-person events. So if you're comfortable and that's your thing, then these are some things you'll want to look into. So again, we've got the Spooksy Boo. I know I've mentioned it several times, but they're going to keep doing it, and they've actually ramped it up a little bit. So if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, Spooksy Boo is a pop-up shop outdoor dining photo op in the Garden Walk in Anaheim, California. And basically it's all sorts of different shop owners, local artists, crafters, and creators, and they peddle all their wonderful goodies, anything from horror to fantasy, family friendly, different things, all different interests represented. And this Saturday, they are going to have a very special guest, Mr. Mark Dodson, who you may know as the voice of Salacious Crumb from Return of the Jedi. So that little, gosh, I know all my Star Wars fans are going to hate me, but the little, I know he has a certain name, but the little monkey guy that sits with Jabba the Hutt.
Monkey
And he
guy.
also, there's an actual species name, and it's something monkey, and I can't remember. So
Okay.
if anybody wants to comment or correct me,
Well, I can't
please
throw
do.
too much shade because I can't really tell you the name, but
Okay.
he didn't look like a monkey to me. I'm sorry. Keep going.
Okay. And he also voiced the Gremlins. So if you are a fan of those beautiful little Mogwai and their humming tune, you can thank Mark Dodson for that. And he will be there signing autographs. So for $40, you can get an autograph and a selfie. You can bring something, or he'll sign pictures that he has for you. So if that interests you, it's just $40 for the autograph experience. But if you just want to shop till your heart stops, then that's free. So you just have to register online due to social distancing and capacity limitations. And that is at Spooksie Spooksie, Boo events.com. And also, hot off of the event press, will say, Sinister Point, our friends over there have been very busy creating something called the Ghostly Retreat, and they are doing a little raffle. So basically what this is, they are back at it with something that I mentioned is called the Ghostly Retreat, and they're seeking some foolish mortals to be the test subjects for this immersive haunted mansion themed Airbnb. And the event is going to take place May 28th through the 30th, and it includes the winner of the raffle and 5 ghoulish guests, and the package includes your stay and several dreadful surprises along the way. And it has all different interactive elements, all sorts of sculptures, props, manufactured and from the ride, sounds, lights, and who knows, maybe a few hitchhiking ghosts will follow you on the way home. So tickets are $20 a piece to enter the raffle, but there are no losers here because all tickets that are purchased can be applied towards the purchase of nights to the Ghostly Retreat once it's in full operation. So if you don't win, but you bought 5 tickets, that's $100 towards your stay. Contest ends April 11th, and the winners will be announced on social media and by email on April 16th. If this interests you, you can go to sinisterpoint.com to purchase tickets and to read more about the new Tomb Suite Tomb. The Airbnb is not currently available to book, but will be soon, so be on the lookout for that. And I know Norm mentioned some exciting theme park news. I don't know if you want to make the announcement or if you want me to do it, if you want to like tandem it.
Share it.
Yes, sharing is caring. It can be fun.
Sharing is scaring, indeed. So
even better.
So, well, there's a number of theme parks suddenly, realizing that they can open up, and one made an announcement today. Lindsey, why don't you take that one?
Yes, so Universal Studios Hollywood is going to be opening those beautiful gates on April 16th. And that's not all. They're going to be debuting a brand new ride, and it's based on The Secret Life of Pets. I don't know if anybody's ever seen that movie. I know this is HorrorBuzz.com, but that movie's adorable. I know we cover everything.
Horror.
No, I know. I'm just saying, the fan base probably. I don't know if Secret Life of
They
Pets
love
is like
theme parks. I mean, at least
you're right. You're right. I
So-
shouldn't make any assumptions. So for all my diehard Secret Life of Pets fans out there, I'm super sorry if I offended you. If I made any assumptions, I apologize. The movie's adorable and I love it, and they're making a ride about it. And the tickets are going on sale April 8th. So get those fingers nice and warmed up, practice your finger skills, get those hands on that keyboard because the tickets are going to go fast.
Yeah, they're definitely going to go fast. And basically what they oh, the chatter backstage is fun too. So it's hilarious. Oh, and by the way, I'll let Miranda. She'll be on later, and she has the name of that creature, so she will.
It looks like Eric put it in there
Eric
too.
Actually, yeah.
Everybody's correcting me, and I feel awful because I have a Star Wars themed car. I bought the Star Wars Rogue so.
Oh my goodness!
I feel like I should know this.
You know what? Well, I couldn't have corrected you, so I'm just being a jerk. But yeah, the other thing is Disneyland is set to open April 30th,
April
right?
30th. Hmm.
April
They
30th.
have not announced their tickets yet when they'll be on sale, but they have announced it's going to be a lot like Walt Disney World in the sense that it's a reservation system.
Okay.
So you'll have to have tickets and you'll have to have a reservation. So those are going to be highly coveted. Just seeing all the online chatter. I mean, I know everybody's excited to get out there, but the taste or the Touch of Disney,
Yeah.
the tasting experience, that sold out very quickly. A lot of people were very excited to go to that.
Yeah.
So
I
we'll
mean,
see.
even just to be able to walk around the park and eat food, people were paying
Yeah.
$75 for. So
Yeah.
you won't find me anywhere near there. Not for a long time. Long time. But you know, and then of course Knott's is also gearing up to do something. I mean, they're hiring people.
Hmm.
They're hiring a bunch of people, and they haven't made any
Yes.
announcements as of this broadcast, right?
No, they're currently looking to hire around 1,700 people, which obviously suggests that they are going to be reopening sometime later this year. And with that many planned hires, that shows a lot of hope for the almighty haunt season.
Just
So
even an inkling. Can we just smell the fog,
I
please?
know, just
Can we?
squirt it right here, just in my nose a couple times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Put it in a candle. Knots, if you're listening, make a fog candle. I would
You know
buy
what?
your entire
Yeah,
stuff.
totally. Fog candle, and you know what? Everybody watching, if you come up with a great candle scent theme to haunt, let us know, and we can pass that on to Knots. Let's do that one. Also, it's something I would buy is a Pirates of the Caribbean scented
Oh
candle,
God, that
right?
bromine chemical smell. Same.
Wait, it has a name, bromine? Well, let's just go
Yeah,
buy
that's the
that.
chemical that cleans the water.
Well, then let's just go buy some of that. And
I know. Well, yeah, it's probably not safe, but you could.
we're terrible. Okay, so yeah, and so that's the theme park news, and everything's starting to open up. And what's really interesting about Universal is that they are uh, they're they didn't drop the ball with the annual pass holders and season pass holders. They kept them, going, and they're giving them first crack at getting back into the park. You have to make reservations, but you have access to the park, and they're even giving special days where people can come in during the reservation time before they really open it to the public later on in May. So I think they're handling it beautifully. How they're just like,
Nice
no,
to
we
see
didn't
them.
forget about you. Oh, look at Ian saying the Magic Candle Company. Let's
Well, I'm going to be looking at them
you know
if they
what?
sell a
Everybody
fog
start looking.
candle.
Everybody start looking. Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So yeah, so that's what we have for entertainment and haunt news and theme park news, and yeah, it's kind of cool. Things are actually starting to happen now. So with that, I thank you, Lindsey, and just hold tight, and we'll be back in a second. Let's see here. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. So yeah, so we have a ton of theme park news, haunt news, things like that. What we also do on the site is cover movies, and we have been unbelievably busy the first part of the year covering Sundance, Slam Dance, and then South by Southwest. And three, including myself, three of the four critics that covered South by this year are here on the show. And we will bring them on now. Of course, Miss Adrienne and Miranda. Hey, ladies, how are you?
Hey.
Oh, okay.
Surviving.
So, sorry?
I said
Huh?
surviving.
Right? Tell me about it. Oof. So, let's talk. Well, first of all, Miranda, can you name the little creature that was next to Jabba the Hutt?
Salacious B. Crumb is a Kowakian monkey lizard.
Can you explain? Kowakian monkey lizard.
I have no idea where they come from. I don't know. Who knows? But I do know that I have the puppet from Galaxy's Edge. Thank you very much.
Kowakia, probably.
Kowakia. It's probably in the outer rim somewhere. We don't talk about it.
We don't talk about that
We
anymore.
don't go there.
So, how many movies did you guys each watch? And that includes, the feature films and the short films. How many films total did you watch for South by Southwest?
Well, I had a list of like something like 25. I think I got like to 17. I got pretty close.
Not bad.
Just
It was a
about the
real
same.
movie.
Yeah.
It was close there, but yeah, I think I got around 18 or 17 or 18, something like that, out of like 22 or whatever.
Well, I got a total of 3. So I'm again a terrible person, but yeah, let's go around and talk about some of the highlights that we pulled from South by. And Adrienne, let's start with you.
Okay, so when you told us to like pick out 3, I ended up opening up like a lot of tabs. There's like a lot of.
You can go more than 3. Trust me. If you've got stuff to talk about, do it.
Yeah, I guess I can have honorable mentions if we have time for it. Because, there's a good mix. I thought, there was like a couple what the fucks that were like memorable for me, like in the shorts category. I don't know if you guys caught Run That Shit and Flick were like memorable for me. I think I like those shorts like the best. Like Run That Shit was really about like poop. And Flick that one was just really excruciating. I remember that one was just like overwhelmingly excruciating. I had to look away, and I've watched auditions, so like that one was really hard to watch because there's a lot of body horror going on in that one. So I really like those ones. I guess those were honorable mentions. Those weren't features. Those were from the shorts category. But if I had to pick 3, well, of course I like Clerk because I'm a really big Kevin Smith fan. So that one was a Kevin Smith documentary. I don't know if you guys caught that one, but it was just pretty much going over his history, his life history, and also his film history. So like his ups and downs, and then like how he got started and how he met his best friends in the industry, and then pretty much how he just became Kevin Smith and the geek that we know today. I think I titled that article like King Geek because he's like into comics and movies and everything. So that's a fun documentary, and there were a lot of documentaries at South by Southwest. So that one was probably my favorite one. And then I don't know if you guys caught Gaia, but that one was really cool too. That one was the environmental horror one. So it was set in South Africa. So that one was set in South Africa. So set in a jungle. So it was just really pretty setting. And then they kind of used that setting to make a horror movie. So the trees and they had like mushrooms growing out of everyone's body. And it was just pretty much like a more horrific version of what we probably wanted The Happening, M. Night Shyamalan's The Happening to be. So that one was a really good eco horror movie that I had caught. I think I gave that one like an 8 out of 10. That one was really high for me out of the whole lineup. And there's like a lot of like sexy stuff going on in there. I think when I looked in the chat for that movie at South by Southwest, because everything was online, so you could like look at people watching and then have the chat for that movie throughout the festival going. So people were saying this movie is like oddly erotic. So Gaia ended up being a really interesting one. So I think that was probably my favorite one. But then for the third one, I'd probably go with Them. Yeah, so I'd probably go with Them for another one that I would want to rewatch or watch when it comes out on Amazon. So that one was part of the episodic features category. So there was a category where upcoming TV shows, they would just show like 1 episode or 2 episodes of an upcoming series that's about to start. And so Them is going to be from Amazon, and it's going to be 10 episodes long. So they showed 3 at South by Southwest. So that one was pretty much like if you've watched Lovecraft Country, that's on HBO Max, then that one was pretty similar to that show, it seems like. So that one had the daughter from Us in it. So she's really good, of course. And then it had Alison Pill in it. She's in a bunch of things. I saw her in Picard last year. So she's like an evil person in this show. So you get to see her not be cute and sweet like she was in Picard. She's like evil in them. So that one's just going to be a racially charged show. It's about a Black family that moves to Compton in like the 50s. And then back then it was like a white neighborhood predominantly. So when they moved there, of course, there's racial tension. And then the show uses that racial tension and has some psychological horror introduced into the mix as well. So that one is probably going to be really good. It seemed like it was going to be like Lovecraft Country, and that show was really good. So I would definitely recommend watching them if you guys hadn't caught that one yet.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Now, before I hand it off to Miranda, I'm just going to say, again, they screened Violation at South by Southwest, and that got picked up on Shudder. And so to me, that was one of the more affecting horror films in recent memory. It was pretty brutal. So definitely check that one out. There was also The Spine of Night, which was a Ralph Bakshi, heavy metal inspired type of a sci-fi fantasy rotoscoped animated film. And I think I gave that an 8 because it was freaking rad. It had Lucy Lawless voicing. It had, it had Patton Oswalt voicing, and it just got picked up by RLJE Films. So congrats to them, and you're definitely going to be able to see that soon. The Spine of Night, and it was just the most fantastical, imaginative, strange, bloody movie I'd seen in a while, and I couldn't get enough of it. It was too much fun. It was insane. So, Miranda, now what about your films from South by? Which one stood out to you?
So, I've said this before, I think, on the show, but I'm a total sucker for short films. So I can't talk about a film festival without saying there was an incredible selection of shorts in South by Southwest. I really loved Oh Black Hole, which is animated, and it's a story of grief. A woman who basically turns herself into a black hole because she can't handle change, and it combines several styles of animation. And it's just stunningly beautiful. There is also a short called Reclaw, which was starring and which is basically about people getting away with literally murder, thanks to Lance Henriksen, who basically shows up and says, I'll clean it all up for you. I'll take care of it for you. I think my top picks, it's really hard, but I want to kind of loop back to what I talked about before South by when we were saying, what we were excited for. And I do want to give a mention to Alien on Stage, which was, again, the story of bus drivers in the UK that have their little pantomime group, and they decide to do Alien instead of doing a traditional pantomime. It was just delightful and fun and wonderful, and a real tribute to geeks and to people who love horror and sci-fi and, just eat it up. And it's really funny. Some of the group is really polarized, like they don't really care, and they're like, well, whatever, we're doing this because it's fun. And some of them are like, oh my God, this is my favorite movie, and I watch it 3 times a month, and what, like they're totally into it, and it's really, really sweet. And I think I gave that one 8 stars, 8 out of 10 stars. From another documentary that really affected me, was introducing Selma Blair, which is about the actress Selma Blair receiving stem cell treatment for her multiple sclerosis. And that was deeply impactful to me, partially as a chronic illness fighter, but also just as a person. It's deeply, deeply personal, and there's a lot of grief and fear and sadness and humor and light, and it's just, it really encapsulates something really special. And that got picked up by Discovery Plus and will be streaming later this summer via Discovery Plus. And I also would be remiss not to talk about Jacob's Wife, directed by Travis Stevens, starring Barbara Crampton and Bonnie Aarons. So it's funny that we were talking about The Nun in the intro earlier, because Bonnie Aarons famously portrayed the nun, and she has a quite the masterful turn in this movie, and it's just a bloody, it's a bloodbath. It's a bloodbath. It starts with Barbara Crampton as the typical preacher's wife, church mouse, little, subservient something or other, and she runs into an old flame who offers her a little more than just a fun night out on the town, and it kind of spins their whole world upside down. And that was really gruesome in the most fun way.
Nice.
So yeah, those are my top picks. But
nice.
What a festival! It was so much fun.
Yeah. Let's bring Lindsey on too, so she can join in on the fun here.
Yeah.
Lindsey, you there? There we are. Yeah. I've had the privilege to interview Barbara and Bonnie, and they're both the coolest people. Bonnie likes black licorice though, so I'm gonna have to forgive her for that. But no, but they were just super cool. They're exactly what you would expect, and they're amazing. On top of talented. So, right. But what were you saying in regards to the festival overall?
It was just a fantastic festival. It was there was nothing that was, a miss or a bummer, and the way that it was set up in terms of like accessibility was also really cool. And it was cool to be able to see the chat, like Adrienne was saying, and see what people were talking about and have kind of talkbacks within the chat. It was just really cool.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, well, I guess that's about it, really, for the news this week and for news from South by. But again, before we leave, I want to remind everybody to like and subscribe, or head over to Patreon and throw us some money if you really like what we're doing, and give us a little bit of support. Also, if you want to join, make it rain. Also, if you want to join the team, we've posted the link. It's all the way at the top of the chat. And we also have to say hello to Andrea, who says she can't wait to watch that one Jeffrey Dean Morgan movie. What was the name of the film?
That one is called The Unholy.
The Unholy, yes. So there's that one to look forward to. And then Eric, of course, unearthed the Kowakian monkey lizard mystery before Miranda could get on screen. And Ian shared with us the Magic Candle Company. So you guys, thank you for chiming in and being a part of the fun. And with that, we will look at last week's credit sequence, because I forgot to make a new one like an idiot. But I swear to God, I won't. It won't happen again. I promise you. This is a quality show. Okay. So again, thank you to the Hennessy Conservatory of Terror for giving us a place to broadcast from today. And ladies, thank you. Thank you for being on the show. And please come back. Sound good?
Only because you asked so nicely.
Oh, and because you're just nice. Anyway, okay, guys. Well, thanks again, and we will see you out in the fog. Take care.